Incorruptible Saints of Catholic Church.
1.
Saint Bernadette Soubirous. Saint Bernadette was the original visionary at Lourdes, France, and died in 1879 in Nevers, France. Her body was exhumed 30 years later in 1909. Her body was discovered completely incorrupt and free of odor. Her body is still on display in the chapel of Saint Bernadette, Nevers, France to this day.
2.
Saint Padre Pio. The body of the mystic monk Padre Pio, one of the Roman Catholic world's most revered saints, who died 40 years ago, has been exhumed to be prepared for display to his many devotees. The body of the Capuchin friar, who was said to have had the stigmata, was conserved and put in a part glass coffin. A church statement said the body was in fair condition, particularly the hands.
3.
Blessed Imelda Lambertini. Blessed Imelda Lambertini, known better as Blessed Imelda. She died as a young girl in 1333 and was later found incorrupt. She was beatified in 1826 and her incorrupt body is on display in the church of San Sigismondo in Bologna.
4.
Saint Clare of Assisi. Saint Clare of Assisi, incorrupt for roughly 6 centuries, the body of Saint Clare lay buried deep under high altar of her basilica. Pope Pius IX granted permission that excavation be made to search for the body of Clare. Thus, after 7 days, the stone coffin containing her body was found. When it was opened, it was discovered that Saint Clare's body, though blackened with age, was still incorrupt. Her remains were put into a crystal coffin, which was placed in a newly constructed crypt in 1872 within the basilica.
5.
Blessed Anna Maria Taige. Blessed Anna Maria Taige was an Italian Roman Catholic professed member from the secular Trinitarians. Taige married Domenico Taige, who was a brash and impulsive individual. Taige became a secular Trinitarian after experiencing a sudden religious conversion in winter 1790 while at St. Peter Basilica. The beatification process opened in 1863 under Pope Pius IX after she was titled as Servant of God. Pope Benedict XV later beatified her in mid-1920.
6.
Saint Catherine Labour. Saint Catherine Labour died in 1876 and was exhumed and found incorrupt and completely flexible in 1933. She was the sister of the Daughters of Charity and a Marian visionary. She relayed the request from the Blessed Virgin Mary to create the miraculous medal. These miraculous medals were worn by millions of Catholics and even non-Catholics today. Her body is on display under the side altar in the chapel of Our Lady of the Sun in Paris.
7.
Saint Madeleine Sophie Barat. Saint Madeleine Sophie Barat founded the Society of the Sacred Heart, whose purpose was to make known the love of God revealed in the heart of Christ. By the time of her death in 1865, Sophie Barat guided a community of 3,359 women inspired by a deeply held spiritual ideal and offering a service of education. Madeleine Sophie Barat was canonized a saint of the Roman Catholic Church on May 25, 1925.
8.
Saint Maxima of Sodom. Saint Maxima's relics were found to be in a remarkable state of preservation. Veneration of Saint Maxima grew because of the boundless miracles that occurred through her intercessions. It was, however, the impact of her life that most impressed the faithful.
9.
Saint Margaret Mary Alacop. Saint Margaret Mary Alacop died in 1690 at the age of 43. Her tomb was canonically opened 140 years later in 1830 and body found to be incorrupt. She was a French Roman Catholic nun and a mystic who promoted the devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. The Catholic Church investigated and affirmed the credibility of her vision in 1928. Her body rests under the altar in the chapel at Paris in France. Saint Jean Vianney, Cure of Ars. Saint Jean Vianney died peacefully on August 4, 1859. His body was exhumed and was found dried and darkened but incorrupt. In 1904, his still intact heart was removed and is displayed in a reliquary in a separate chapel. Saint Jean Vianney, who was a student, had difficulties being accepted for the priesthood, was canonized in 1925. He was named later the patron of parish priests throughout the world. Saint John Bosco. In 1835, he entered the seminary at Cherry, and after 6 years of study on the eve of Trinity Sunday, Don Bosco was ordained priest. God called Don Bosco to heaven on the 31st January in the year of 1888. Saint John Bosco's incorrupt body lies in the Basilica of Mary, our help, interred.